All right, let's do this. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a new edition of the Yooper Farmer Cigar River Talks. I've mentioned it before, I do live next to a river. Something new to try, something we're going to see how it goes. I've done the deck, I've done the garage, I've done the porch, I've done the pool, but I've never actually shot one of these suckers inside the river. So let's see how it goes. So first, what are we smoking? What are we drinking? This cigar, the Unkillable, specialty cigar from. Oh, hold on. Does it say? I don't think I actually said on the wrapper. Is it Alex Bradley put it out? I'm sorry if I got the name wrong, but yeah, new cigar, kind of an anniversary thing. Tasty. Really good cigar so far. For the drink, we have here Third Deck. Honoring different soldiers. This one's the Clay beer. It is American wheat ale. And unfortunately, it doesn't give anything on the can. Oh, it does actually. Clay. Well, I'm going to pour it first, and then we can give the man some respect. Read his story. Giving her a good pour there. Looks delicious. Don't laugh too much in my cup. When I'm out on the river, I don't want to have anything breakable, so I stole my kids' hey cups from Subway. But yes, let's talk about Thomas O. Clay. He was known as Cobra Nightwolf, petty officer second class, overcame childhood health issues to serve in the United States Navy Corpsman. He was a search and rescue swimmer, law enforcement officer, deployed to Afghanistan. His courage and leadership made a lasting impact both in the service and at home. His family remember him having empathy, perseverance, unwavering belief that no challenge was insurmountable. The beer is a celebration of his legacy, serves as a reminder of the resilience of our veterans and the ongoing support they deserve upon returning home. Very cool. This one's actually been kind of hanging out for a while. Just trying to find a good. Ooh, that is good. That is tasty. That's a good wheat beer, actually. Well done. Third Deck. I like that. Yeah, kind of waiting for a good occasion. I picked it up a handful of times to shoot a video with it, and thought, not the time, not the right time, not the right place. But I decided, you know what? Before the beer goes bad, and I'm having a special occasion out here in the river. It is getting very hot in my neck of the woods. We're supposed to be at all the 90-degree days. So I decided, you know what? It's time. Let's sit in the river. Let's drink a beer to a veteran and go from there. So, yeah, kind of on the same topic of unkillable veterans. We got talking about your ability to compensate and to really shift and change. So I bring this up because, as I talked about last week, Swedish Compass went off to Finland. Some people said I was a bad parent for sending her on her own. Others said that I was probably gave her the best gift ever by preparing her for adulthood. She made it home fine, lots of great stories, had a great time. But she has what we call the walking on the moon moment. I'm going to talk to her in this in depth and detail. A lot of people ask, okay, why did we never go back to the moon? And there's lots of conspiracy theories, there's lots of bullshit answers given. But the best one I've ever heard was, once you walked on the moon, you always can. So, I can tell Swedish Compass, you know what, you could travel internationally again. You did it once, you were successful, so of course you can do it again. But that same tone, that same breath is, why just travel back to Finland? Why don't you meet your exchange sister in Germany? Meet her in France, meet her in Ireland. Pick a country that you both have to travel to, travel and explore with her. Or hell, this time, go to a country where you don't know anyone. You've already walked on the moon. So one, you can do it again. It's well within your capabilities. This is something, I heard this quote actually. I wrote for NaNoWriMo, a 50,000 word story. And I was talking to someone and I said, I'll never do that again. It's impossible. I'm not sure how I did it. And he looks at me and he says, no, you walked on the moon, right? You know you have the ability. You know you can do this. Why? Because you already did it. You already survived it. You already accomplished it. You made the sacrifices. It is well within your efforts and abilities to make it happen again. And that really kind of gave me a paradigm shift. So I wrote many more stories. Yes, I did it once. Why can't I do it again? There was very little, if any, luck that played into it. A lot of it was planning. A lot of it was me choosing to do it. I'm sure in all those endeavors, there's a little bit of luck that comes into play. But to be honest with you, it's your abilities, it's your skill, it's your knowledge, your preparation that's going to pay through. But then I was challenged by someone else. You know what? You wrote a 50,000 word story, so you know you can do it. Why don't you do something better? Again, that saying does have two meanings to it. Once you've walked to the moon, you can always do it again. You can always go back. So don't be afraid of doing it again. But more importantly, don't be afraid to try and go for Mars. Let's try to do the next impossible. Because we just made it impossible just kind of hard, right? The first time we landed on the moon, it was impossible. Before we had done it, no other man had ever done it. We didn't know if it was going to be successful. There were a lot of unknowns, a lot of things that could go wrong. Just all of it was insurmountable and impossible. But once you do it, it's not impossible. It's just hard. Do it again, and it goes from hard to difficult. Do it again, it goes from difficult to mundane and routine. We've already been to the moon. Where are we going to go next? I've kind of been using that a little bit recently. Again, I push Swedish Compass with that. You've been to the moon. You can always go back. Comfort statement. But then also, you've been to the moon. What are you going to do? Because you could always go back. Now it's easy. How are you going to challenge yourself? How are you going to make it harder? And I've been looking at that in my own personal life. I've worked different jobs that I thought I would never be able to do. Well, I could always go back and work those ones again, sure. But I've already walked on the moon, right? I've already been a local EMS teacher. I made it work. I did it. Well, then I can always do it again. But how could I do that one more, that next impossible? Push myself. Could it be a matter of now, instead of doing local EMS education, I push to do some of these social media educators. There are a lot of paramedic and instructors out there that are teaching online for free, making whole businesses, making really good money on it. Is that something I could do? Do I go teach maybe out of state, out of country, right? They're always looking for medic instructors to go out of country. I get lots of emails about, well, not lots, I do get emails about the opportunities too. There's a lot of things that I've always thought was impossible in my life, but then I keep doing them. I've been in management positions. I work for the state currently. A lot of stuff that I didn't think could happen, wouldn't happen, shouldn't happen, according to a lot of people. Sorry about the wind. This is probably murder on the microphone. But, yeah. I've already walked on the moon. What should I do that's one step further? The bigger challenge? I don't know yet. Hopefully I'm going to figure it out. And I'm going to keep pushing my daughter to figure it out. Because, yeah, she's already walked on the moon. What's she going to do next? Anyway, folks, I hope you acknowledge the times you've walked on the moon and then realize you can do it again. Nothing's impossible. Nothing is one time only. Might be hard, might be tricky, but you did it once. And then two, because you've already walked on the moon, what are you going to do? What are you going to do next that was impossible? Anyway, folks, stay safe out there. We'll see you in the next one.